Hey, Vortex here, and welcome to my review of the TRN BAX. Quite an ambitious release from them because it uses it states there, it uses a Sonion electrostatic or electric driver. I think it's a 2 unit, like a dual unit, a dynamic driver and a Knowles balanced armature. So this is what people call a Tribrid. And yeah, as you can see, they do look very posh, shall we say. So quite ambitious from them, and yeah, as usual, full disclaimers, this sample was sent out to me from Linsol, so thank you very much, I do appreciate it. I was not paid to this video, and all thoughts and opinions are my own. And it's quite a large box, as you can see, it's my hand. It's like having 2 hands, so it's quite a big box. And mine is the 4.4 version, which you'll see in a bit. And that's it, yeah, so let's get into it. So, slightly opened it, so it's got magnets in here to keep the flap closed. Again, this is obviously quite a bit more expensive than their normal cheaper models. Obviously I've been using these, so there's some fingerprints on it. And again, these are quite, as you can see, they're quite thick. 2-pin connector, obviously venting there for the DD BAX. Yes, they are kind of vented, which doesn't really make much difference from what I could tell. And yeah, thick boys, like the really kind of thick boys, just pop them there. That's what you get in the case. So yeah, it uses a new generation type of cable. Obviously it's there, see here. So this, you can pick 2.5, 3.5 or 4.4, and you get sent the adapter. I'm not sure if the connectors are available separately. Let's say if you wanted 2.5 and 4.4, you'd obviously have to buy one of those separate. I don't know how that works. I've only got what I've got here. But the cable seems alright. So let's just get all this out. You can get instruction manual in there. I won't go into that. A lot of it's just common sense. Kind of QC there. Inspection is still spelt wrong, which is fun stuff. So yeah, mine obviously you can see it's 4.4. TRN audio, and obviously so it's that 2-pin kind of design. I like that, saves you having multiple cables if you just swap the ends. But I don't know what the availability is like just for the adapter on the end. I don't know. Warranty card there. In here is a pair of foam tips, just one pair, medium size. Here's an half inch, so 6.3 millimeter adapter. One of the bill. Again, as I've been actually using these, I've already opened these, and yeah, the bore size is the same, so the center section's about the same. You just pick what you want. I don't know what that means in English. But yeah. So yeah, obviously I've been using this quite a lot. I've already graphed them as well. So let's get straight into the review. So finally on to the review section of the TRN BAX. Like I said in the intro, quite a ambitious release because it uses a Sonion electric, or as you call it, the electrostatic, but it's really electric driver, a Knowles balanced armature for the mids, and obviously meant to be a DD for the lows. And yeah, so let's get to comfort and fit. So the actual comfort on these, if it's going to focus, it was okay really. The odd thing is the fit, is its seat's really big. Now, I wish there was a bit more secure. I don't know why they're so large, maybe because of obviously how the internals are. But the size is the size. Obviously you can see the nozzle there, there's a bit of a lip to keep the tips on. No issues there, but yeah, they are definitely on the thick side with C's, kind of thick. But yeah, and obviously they're vented there. I don't think it really made much difference. I think that was more for like styling. And obviously and because of that, they don't really isolate that very well. But yeah, they are big. I wouldn't say they're uncomfortable, but they just could have been more secure. Really. So yeah, so let's talk about power and sensitivity. I found this a little harder to power than normal, so bear that in mind. like normally like single DDs tend to be the easiest, but or BA units can be easy, but yeah, a little bit harder than normal, so just bear that in mind. And obviously, yeah, it's 2-pin, you can see there, so it's the same kind of fit as the KZ cables. It's their, I think QDC as they call it, but yeah, it's the same kind of fit. Let's talk about Soundstage. I thought actually it was pretty good. They do have very good extension as well, which obviously I'll talk about when we get to the graphs. Yeah, they do actually. They are very good for full range. They don't drop off like a cliff or anything, but I'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, Stage is good. Like I said, the isolation could be better. I think having it opened up is kind of a styling thing. They do look very good. They do look very premium, which is kind of cool. And obviously, this is the most expensive TRN I've tried. I know there's the BA8 and BA15. I've never tried those, but yeah. Let's just get on to yeah, let's get on to the same really, because I've already discussed isolation, Soundstage, and things like that. So yeah, I'm going to overlay the graph now. You can see it's quite it is extended very well. So bass is elevated. These are not bass heads and bass head earphones, nothing like that, but they're not low on it either. I'm happy with the low end. It's quite a good balance between fun and excessive and having none. Yeah, I'm quite happy with it. The DD, the view seems to be pretty decent. The sub bass does roll off a bit, but like I've said many times, like under 50-60 hertz on my graph, mine rolls off a bit more than you expect. So it'd be closer to, say, like you see like 65 on there. It'd be closer to that is the real sub bass. I have no issues with it. The decay again is, the DD they use seems sufficient really. Again, it's not a bass monster or nothing like that, but yeah, the DD's fine really. I don't have any issues with it. Mids, it does bleed into it a little bit. I don't mind that because it gives a bit more body to the bottom. Stops it sounding really thin. You'll see some future reviews which are bleeding bass, because I've also got the CCA CRA Plus and the KZ EDX Ultra, which are more bass orientated than this is, but that's obviously future reviews, spoiler. And yeah, so mids are fine. They are scooped a little bit, but I kind of expected that. It's okay. At least they're not like pushed like miles back. But the mids are fine with me. They're not really exceptional. Everything is there really. Nothing's really overly forward, apart from female vocals a bit more forward for what I've tried. But yeah, mids are okay. I don't have any issues. Nothing really. They're not really amazing, but they're not bad either. I'm kind of in the middle with them, but they're okay. Nothing too bad. Big deal with this is the treble. So as you can see, it is very elevated. Now the only issue people might have issues with is like the 5K. There's a bit of a peak where you can get mild sibilance, I found. But it all depends on also your quality of source and how loud you listen to. I'm not a loud listener to these. The treble is obviously elevated, but I didn't really have any issues, strangely. I was expecting it to sound a bit more aggressive, but I think because I've used a Knowles BA, maybe it sounds smoother than it actually looks. But I didn't really have any issues with the treble, considering it is on the brighter side. But everything was very clear, everything very crisp. Instrument details and separation was all very good, shall we say. That's the thing about using quality drivers instead of cheap ones which have limits. But yeah, as you say, when you use good drivers, you get what you pay for. And yeah, the treble is obviously on the brighter side, but it seems decent really. It's not the best I've ever tried for treble, but it's fine really. It's not too bad. I was expecting kind of be more harsh sounding than it actually was. And obviously the channel matching seems pretty good as well. Obviously because I've graphed both sides. And not much to say really. I was quite happy with it. And yeah, as you can see, it is a bit. It can be. Some people may find it a little spicy in the treble, but I was fine with it considering I don't like a bright treble. But yeah, it is very detailed, and really I was quite happy with it. So yeah, so Conclusion is, do I recommend these? They are a bit pricey, and they may be a bit bright for some people, and they're a bit thick. The shell shape might put some people off, but at least you can see here what it looks like. They say it's definitely on the thicker side. So something random I've got here, Moondrop Aria. You can see it's quite big in comparison. But yeah, I used a lot of this while I was sitting down, so I had no issues at all. But I've tried these while walking, and they don't come out, so they just don't feel ultimately that secure in your ear. As you can see, they're big. But yeah, I'm quite happy with them. The technical performance I found was very good. The tonality sounds a little bit off, but then you are using 3 different drivers. Single D, these technically do sound the most natural, as you can say. But yeah, they're not too bad at all. Like I said a few times, they're definitely on the brighter side, and at 5k-ish, and maybe the 2k, it is a bit forward. But they do extend very well, as you can see, up to 10. So everything's there. It has enough air, as people use some air quotes there. But they're not a bad set. They're just on the pricey side. And I think that's pretty much it, really. If you want to know anything like specific, just let me know in the comments. I don't try to talk about different music genres because there's so much different stuff out there. And person A probably won't listen to what person B uses, but I tried this on a vast quality of music I have, which are flats. And I've tried this mainly on my topping E30 and L30 combo. That's what my main testing is done with, because it's got very low output impedance, and it obviously is very, I'd say, analytical, clean kind of performance from them both. And yeah, so yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, message me anything in particular in the comments, and yeah, thanks for watching and take care.